All right, so even with an eclectic filmography, this movie's kind of like nothing that you've ever done. So what was your first reaction to the material?
I know Alan Loeb, and I've known him for a long time. I thought, I think he's a great writer. It was amazing because I've never read a movie like this, So I had to read it a couple times to make sure that I got, that I understood everything. And it was beautifully written. It's just a great idea. I don't know how he come up with that. And I feel lucky that I was even thought of for that particular part.
Yeah. Talk about the tone and working with a director with the tone, because the tone is tricky because you think it's not exactly drama, it's everything, which makes it more humane. So was that difficult to ride that sort of line of the tone of the movie?
Not really. Like when I first met with David Frankel for this part, I thought that it would be kind of cool for like my character to have like kind of an aggressive sense of humor in the beginning, and then it changing along the way.
Yeah.
I thought that that would be kind of funny. That would be kind of cool, and he agreed. So I was like, okay, let's do it, because that's the way you see it. And when a person that has health issues, you don't exactly want to just be sad the entire time. Because I'm like, who wants to see a movie like that? You know what I mean? You want there to be good times. You want if it does make you think, let it happen on its own.
But I find it curious that as an actor, you're supposed to be able to play everything, and you have played dads before, but you mentioned that you felt that after having your son, it gave you more skills to sort of take this role on. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, it just changes you. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, exactly. So it just there's something I don't even know how I was before I had my son. I remember I did this movie Crash. I think it was like 12 years ago or whatever, before I had kids. And I had to, my brother just had his baby girl, so I flew to Chicago to do a little bit of research. And he was completely selfless. And, instead of it being me, it's them. And so that's, I use that a little bit in the movie. Where it's not about...
It's not about him, yeah. He's worried about them, yeah.
It's about my family.
But given that, you mentioned one of the things that happens is I have kids, is I don't go to see movies where kids are in danger or they're sick or something happens. But I'm wondering if you were tackling with somebody who's worried about their family, is that something that takes a toll on you, having to put yourself in that position, or are you able to disconnect as an actor at the end of the day?
Well, yeah, it's entertainment. You know what I mean? You do this so that people can be entertained and hopefully laugh and cry and everything. So even though I'm an actor, I'm still part of the audience at the end of the day.
Cool. So tell me about going toe-to-toe with Helen Mirren, because you guys have a great dynamic.
Well, I'm 0-1 right now. Like she's fantastic. She had this great character, man. I'm like I was floored. I couldn't believe that. It just watching that, I don't know. It's almost like it's almost like watching like a professional athlete in a way. Like she's such in command of her craft that that's when you're like, man, maybe I should do some more theater. Or maybe I should, it starts making you think, and then you're like, well, let's just do.
I think you did okay. Pleasure talking to you.
Thanks,
Happy
man.
holidays.